Thank you, Mr. Speaker. For the record, I'm holding brief for Senator Eddie Okech of Migori. Mr. Speaker, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on National Security, Defense and Foreign Relations regarding the use of unnecessary and excessive force by the police during the peaceful procession by the Kenya Medical...
Order, honorable senators. Senator Fernandi, you cannot locate your seat. It's somewhere here.
Proceed. Mr. Speaker, allow me to take it from the top. I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on National Security, Defense and Foreign Relations regarding the use of unnecessary and excessive force by the police during the peaceful procession by the Kenya Medical Practitioners, Pharmacists and Dentists Union, KMPDU, on Thursday, 29th February 2024. In the statement, the committee should state whether the Nairobi Regional Police Commander was notified by KMPDU of their intention to hold a peaceful procession on Thursday, 29th February 2024, and requested to provide security for the procession. Number 2, outline the protocols for police engagement during demonstrations, explaining why KMPDU's peaceful march was disrupted by the police, who, unprovoked and in close range, launched tear gas at KMPDU's members, gravely injuring the Union Secretary General, Mr. Davji Atela, and several young medical interns. 3, disclose the identities of all officers who launched tear gas at the procession, particularly targeting the Union's Secretary General, and provide a status update on disciplinary proceedings initiated against the said officers. Number 4, indicate whether the government has or intends to provide medical assistance and compensate those who are injured by police during the procession. And finally, Mr. Speaker, outline any measures put in place to guard against intimidation and harassment of individuals exercising their constitutional right to demonstrate peaceably and to safeguard similar incidents in the future. Senator Eddie Okech, MP, Senator for Migori County. Thank you, Speaker.
Senator Veronica Maina.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity. I have 2 statements, and I believe I can take both of them together. I have a statement on the effects of the proposed energy, electricity market, bulk supply, and open access regulations. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Energy regarding the effects of the proposed energy, electricity market, bulk supply, and open access regulation by the Energy and Petroleum Regulatory Authority, EPRA, on the electricity sector in the country. In the statement, the committee should, 1, explain the capacity of the proposed energy regulations 2024 to pave the way.
Senator Veronica, your colleagues cannot hear you. Just use the other microphone.
This one, okay. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to the Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Energy regarding the effects of the proposed energy, electricity market, bulk supply, and open access regulations by the Energy and Petroleum Regulatory Authority on the electricity sector in the country. In the statement, the committee should, 1, explain the capacity of the proposed energy regulation 2024 to pave the way for a more dynamic and potentially more cost-effective energy market for Kenyan consumers. 2, state strategies and measures put in place by the Ministry of Energy to ensure a smooth and successful transition upon doing away with the monopoly in electricity transmission and distribution currently enjoyed by Kenya Power and Lighting Company Limited, KPLC. 3, elucidate any potential challenges and opportunities that are likely to be brought about by the proposed regulations with a view to safeguarding consumer interest throughout this transformation. 4, outline the extent to which independent power producers, IPPs, ignite healthy competition, potentially resulting in streamlining of the electricity market and ensuring optimal resource utilization, thereby fortifying the nation's power infrastructure and reliability. And 5, explain any oversight mechanism the government has put in place to ensure that the envisioned benefits for Kenyans are realized to the fullest, particularly enhanced market efficiency, the possibility of affording consumers a broader spectrum of choices of service providers, as well as inventive solutions and reduced electricity prices. Signed by myself. And I have a second statement, Mr. Speaker, on the efficiency and competitiveness of the Port of Mombasa. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Roads, Transportation and Housing regarding the efficiency and competitiveness of the Port of Mombasa. In the statement, the committee should 1, report on the efficiency of the Port of Mombasa, providing details on how the vessel waiting and turnaround time.
Order, Senator Kajwang. I've watched you very keenly. Now you're on the 6th minute, just exchanging greetings. Kindly make use of the lounge. It has no standing orders. Proceed, Senator Veronica.
Report on the efficiency of the Port of Mombasa, providing details on how the vessel waiting and turnaround time, as well as the cargo dwell time, compare with internally set targets and with other major ports in the region. 2, state the impact of operations of the Port of Mombasa on Kenya's overall economic growth and development goals, particularly in terms of trade facilitation, job creation, and revenue generation. 3, outline measures put in place by government to further increase efficiency at the port and to ensure its continued competitiveness in facilitating international trade. And 4, explain what the government is doing to incentivize the use of rail transport for cargo shipment, particularly through the SGR, Standard Gauge Railway, to ease pressure on road infrastructure, signed by myself. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Wakoli. Senator Seki, take your seat.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Labor and Social Welfare regarding the policies governing confirmation of appointment into public service after probation period. In the statement, the committee should 1, elucidate the specific conditions and requirements necessary for a public servant to be confirmed in appointment following completion of the probation period in public service. 2, spell out the guidelines governing public servants serving under probation, highlighting both acceptable...
Order, honorable senators. Senator Miraj and Senator Karen. You may consult, yes, but please keep it on.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. 2, spell out the guidelines governing public servants serving under probation, highlighting both acceptable practices and potential violations that may lead to demotion or disciplinary action. 3, conduct an investigation and furnish a comprehensive report on the recent matter at Kenya Railways concerning an officer who served on probation as General Manager of Supply Chain Management from 24th June 2023 to 15th February 2024 and was further appointed to the position of Procurement Manager following the completion of a probation period. And 4, recommend measures to be implemented by the relevant authorities to mitigate disputes between government and civil servants serving on probation. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Senator Edwin Sifuna.
Mr. Speaker, I have 2 statements. With your kind permission, I would request that I take both of them. Firstly, Mr. Speaker, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53. 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Education regarding the exclusion of alternative provision of basic education and training institutions, formerly known as APBET institutions, from the education framework. In the statement, the committee should state the number of APBET institutions operating in Nairobi City County and within the nomadic communities across Kenya, indicating their respective enrollment figures. Number 2, explain the failure by government to recognize APBET institutions, consequently denying them, the institutions and their learners access to national and county government support and services, including capitation, which are available to other comparable learning institutions. Number 3, clarify whether the government intends to formulate regulations for APBET institutions that are feasible and distinct from regulations for conventional schools, and if so, provide timelines for the same. And finally, Mr. Speaker, highlight any initiatives taken by government to ramp up enrollment of learners to APBET institutions, especially within the nomadic communities where the population is largely excluded from formal school systems. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, is a statement pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Roads, Transportation and Housing on the ownership of Karioko Estate in Starehe constituency, Nairobi County. In the statement, the committee should 1, clarify whether the residents of Karioko Estate are the lawful owners of the housing units as per the terms outlined in the Tenant Purchase Agreement of 1965 and further avail that Tenant Purchase Agreement to the Senate. Number 2, explain why rent for the units is being remitted to a special kitty instead of direct remittance to the county government of Nairobi City. And thirdly, Mr. Speaker, disclose the identity of the entity receiving rent from the units, outlining any existing agreements between the county government of Nairobi and that entity. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Tomo Jenda. That statement is dropped. Senator S.C. Okenyuri.
Mr. Speaker, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Trade, Industrialization and Tourism regarding the disbursement of Uwezo Fund by the Ministry of Cooperatives and Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, MSMEs Development. In the statement, the committee should 1, provide a countrywide report of the total amount of loans disbursed from the Uwezo Fund since its establishment in the year 2014 to date, clearly indicating the amount released to each of the 290 constituencies for the 3 intended categories, that is youth, women, and persons with disabilities for the said period. 2, provide a report of the total amount of non-performing loans resulting from the fund and outline the strategies put in place by the relevant ministry to recover the defaulted loans. 3, report on its assessment on the economic impact the fund has had in expanding access to finances for the youth, women, and persons with disabilities for business and enterprise development since its inception. And finally, provide the most recent audited reports by the Auditor General on the fund and outline the measures being put in place by the ministry to ensure prudent and efficient use of the fund as anticipated in the Public Finance Management Act. Senator Esther Okenyuri, MP.
Senator Alexander Mundigi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Sir, request for statement on the state of early childhood development education ECDE teachers training in the country. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53.1 to check a statement from the Standing Committee on Education concerning the state of early childhood development education ECDE teachers training in the country. In the statement, the committee should provide the enrollment figures for both the diploma in primary education and the diploma in early childhood development education ECDE across the teachers training college TTC. Outline the minister's effort to increase ECDE trainee enrollment to TTCs while ensuring immediate compliance with the national primary policy guidelines that stipulate that tutors of ECDE teachers possess minimum qualification of degree in early childhood development education, noting an increase in student switching from the diploma in ECDE to the diploma in primary education due to entry qualification adjustment. Detail in the immediate measures being taken by the minister to current the inappropriate methodological training approach for the diploma in ECDE at TTC, considering that current tutors in TTCs are preliminary 24 primary education. 4. Specify the number of licensed private ECDE teachers training colleges offering the diploma in ECDE, providing an update on the current status of preliminary registered private ECDE training colleges that offered ECDE teachers training before the restructuring of teachers education, and further outline plans for the licensing of additional private ECDE training colleges. And 5. Spell out the ministry engagement with the stakeholders in the education sector towards addressing the challenges facing the training of ECDEs teachers in order to guarantee the country suitably trained teachers. Senator Alexander Mundigi, Embu County.
Senator Fatuma Dulo. That statement is dropped. Senator Osotsi.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53.1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Devolution and Intergovernmental Relations regarding the conditions of market within Vihiga County. In the statement, the committee should 1. Report on the state of key markets in Vihiga County, including but not limited to Mbale, Majengo, Luanda, Serem, Chavakali, Cheptulu, Shamahogo, Esibuye, Mudete markets, specifically addressing the availability and functionality of essential services such as water supply, street lighting, waste management, and sanitation. Number 2, provide a status update of all the market improvements and or expansion projects initiated by the county government of Vihiga from the financial year 2013-2014 to date. 3, provide a breakdown of the on-source revenue generated by the county government from each market from the financial year 2018-2019 to date, giving a comparison of the revenue to the total cost incurred for the services, construction projects, and market improvements, as well as amount retained from the revenue. Number 4, state the impact of the February 2024 tax boycott by the traders at Luanda Market on revenue collection, stating measures, if any, that the county has taken to resolve their grievances by the traders. And 5, state reasons for the delay in the appointment of municipal managers for market designated as municipalities under the Urban Area and Cities Act, and provide the expected timelines for this appointment. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Fernandi. Senator Fernandi. Senator Tabitha certainly is not the Senator Fernandi.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I think the Senator for Nakuru is confusing me. Request for statement on the criteria used by Athletics Kenya to identify and select their team for the upcoming 13 African Games in Ghana. Mr. Speaker, sir, I raise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Labor and Social Welfare regarding the criteria being used by Athletics Kenya to identify and select the officials and team representing Kenya at the upcoming 13th edition of the African Games in Accra, Ghana. Mr. Speaker, sir, in the statement, the committee should, 1, outline the criteria being used by Athletics Kenya to select the team and officials who will represent Kenya, stating the level of preparedness by all the federations and teams currently preparing for the African Games to be held in Ghana. So, Speaker, number 2, state the reasons that prompted the Kenya National Sports Council to advise federations to scale down on representatives to the African Games, yet the Games had been fully budgeted for in financial year 2023, explaining the fate of those left out from the 259 athletes and officials who were initially slated to travel to Ghana. Number 3, explain any actions the Ministry of Sports, in collaboration with Athletics Kenya, has taken to ensure the morale and team spirit of Team Kenya remains high, considering that athletes had boycotted the track exercises at the Nyayo National Stadium because they were disgruntled. So, Speaker, sir, finally, provide a list of all sponsors currently in contract with all the sports federations on the sponsorship and partnership, detailing what they have contributed in support of Kenya's preparation at the All African Games in Accra, Ghana. I thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Senator John Kenywa.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Request for statement on processing of land ownership documents for residents in Laikipia County. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from Standing Committee on Land, Environment and Natural Resources on the status of processing of land ownership document for residents of Nanyuki and Makutano Gobet Ward in Laikipia County. In the statement, the committee should, 1, provide a status update on the processing of title deeds and green cards for residents of Kanyoni and Sharon villages of Nanyuki and Makutano Gobet wards, respectively, stating the challenges encountered, if any. 2, state when the State Department of Lands and Physical Planning, in partnership with the National Land Commission, will issue the affected residents with title deeds and green cards for their parcel of land, while ensuring the accuracy of the land ownership documents. And 3, disclose the measures the Ministry of Lands, Public Works, Housing and Urban Development is implementing to streamline and accelerate the issuance of land ownership documents such as green cards and title deeds in the country, thereby reducing application backlog. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Tabitha Keroche.
Mr. Speaker, sir, request for statement on the state and reasons for eviction of 140,000 people living in the Bibi Maela ward in Naivasha sub-county. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53 to seek a statement for Standing Committee on Lands, Environment and Natural Resources regarding the state and reasons for eviction of 140,000 people living in the Bibi Maela ward, Naivasha sub-county. In the statement, the committee should state the reasons for forceful evictions of 140,000 people living in the Bibi Maela ward in Naivasha sub-county, and motive behind destruction of 40,000 homestead, illegal curfews, stealing of harvested maize by GSU officers, use of live ammunition against civilians in their residence, inhuman acts of violence, rape, arbitrary arrest, and illegal detention of more than 100 people in police cells outside Nakuru County. Explain why the government used force to possess private land, fencing, establishing illegal boundaries in a private land that is legally registered and owned by the Bibi Farmers Company Limited with valid title deed number IR 1417 and LR 1695, measuring 2,500 acres and 4 acres, issued by colonial government in 1924 to Lord Colville.
Order, Senator Mtata.
Colville, a white settler who gifted the land on 12th March 1974 on his 202 former workers registered under the name the Bibi Farmers Company Limited, which was registered on 26th May 1972. Explain why the government sent hundreds of GSU police officers to forcefully evict, torture, harass, threatening, frog marching naked women in presence of their sons, sexually abuse them, removing women in their houses at night where their husband watch helplessly, and guarding of private property despite the court order number E018 of 2024, issued by Naivasha Law Court on 29th February 2024, where the Bibi Farmers Company Limited were granted permission to continue living in their land, and the court instructed anyone who feels they own part of the land should produce documents to prove ownership. Otherwise, what is in court is a land title deed number IR 1417 and L 1695, measuring 2,504 acres belonging to 202 former workers, and nobody has ever challenged this fact in court. Explain why government officials, namely area chief, division officer, and sub-county commissioners, are leasing out and collecting illegal fees on private land owned by the Bibi Farmers Company. Signed by Senator Keroche of Nakuru County. Asante.
Senator John Methu.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Information, Communication and Technology on the increased number of dropped calls on the mobile network telecommunication service provider Safaricom. In the statement, the committee should, number one, explain why callers on the Safaricom network are increasingly experiencing dropped calls when they use calling services on the network despite its market dominance, and number two, outline any measures put in place by the Communication Authority to protect Kenyans from such substandard service. signed by Senator John Medhu, MP, Senator for Nyandarua County.
Senator Mohamed Chute.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I'm requesting for a statement on resettlement of internally displaced persons from Marsabit County. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on National Security, Defense and Foreign Relations regarding resettlement of internally displaced persons from Saku constituency in Marsabit County. In the statement, the committee should, 1, state the number of IDPs from Gabra Scheme, Konso Banchale, Oladaba, and Isako Muro villages in Saku constituency in Marsabit County, who were forced out of their homes during the intercommunal clashes that occurred in the county over 7 years ago. 2, inform the Senate of the humanitarian assistance extended to the IDPs, providing details of any initiatives by the government to resettle the IDPs. Number 3, outline any steps taken by the government to conclusively address the root cause of such conflict in the county and prevent recurrence of the same. And finally, 4, state any contingency plans put in place by the government to mitigate the effects of any future clashes. Statement number 2 is on the distribution of relief supplies to the residents of Marsabit County. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on National Security, Defense and Foreign Relations regarding the distribution of relief supplies to the residents of Marsabit County. In the statement, the committee should, 1, state the type, quality, packaging, and price of relief supplies distributed to the residents of Marsabit County who have been severely affected by drought and other extreme weather conditions. Number 2, provide a list of all organizations and transport services providers that have been contracted to supply transport relief aid to the affected areas in the last 2 years, indicating the total cost incurred in transportation, and finally, explain why relief supplies are offloaded miles away from the designated locations, as was the case with the non-food items meant for the people of Manyata Nabei in Kor, which were left at Laisamis constituency. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Senator Ledama.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Education regarding the status of infrastructure projects undertaken by all county governments in the education sector. In the statement, Mr. Speaker, the committee should provide an audit report on the total budget utilized by all the 47 counties in the provision of infrastructure and services to primary and secondary schools, detailing the amount of money spent and indicate whether these activities have in any way disadvantaged early childhood development centers, ECDs. Number 2, provide a status of all preschools, early childhood development centers and nursery schools constructed by respective county governments. And finally, Mr. Speaker, give a detailed report of primary and secondary schools built by the respective county governments, particularly the Narok County government, indicating the budget used from financial year 2019-2020 to date. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Now, there was a statement that is supposed to be made pursuant to Standing Order 52. Though we've passed that standing order, I will nevertheless allow Senator Mogeni, due to its importance, I will allow the Honourable Senator to make that statement.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 52-1 to make a statement on a matter of general topical concern, namely disbursement for operating expenses
of county and constituency operation offices. Mr. Speaker, sir, I take this opportunity to inform the House on the progress made in the disbursement of funds to county offices by the Parliamentary Service Commission, PSC. This I do appreciating my duty to this House, which approved my appointment as Commissioner to PSC on Wednesday, 9th November 2022. Mr. Speaker, sir, I wish to notify the House that the Parliamentary Service Commission had, as of Thursday, 7th March 2023, received and processed operational returns from 39 county offices. Mr. Speaker, sir, the Commission proceeded to process payment for the offices for their office operations for the quarter January to March 2024. The Speaker, sir, I wish to notify the honorable senators that the vouchers for payments of the disbursements for the mentioned quarter are in the cash office pending payment. Mr. Speaker, sir, I wish to bring to the attention of the House that we did request for exchequer from the National Treasury, but up to date, as of 7th March 2024, we have not been funded. Mr. Speaker, sir, as an interim measure, the Commission has facilitated the payment of staff salaries for the period of January and February 2022. I therefore wish to bring to the attention of all honorable senators that though they are required to account for their office expenses for the period January, February, and March 2024, we have been unable to disburse this money to the respective accounts due to inability of release of exchequer by the national government. I therefore request senators to take note for general information and not to confront me on the corridors as to why money has not reached their accounts. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, I will allow comments on these statements to senators from each side. Senator Enoch, proceed.
I thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity. I also want to take this opportunity to thank our Senator Commissioner Mogeni for updating the House on the status of the release of funds, especially for operations, to our respective county offices. The Speaker, we are in a situation where we are now beginning to play hide and seek with the electorate and even our own staff members. Because, Mr. Speaker, the funds that Senator Mogeni has made reference to for the operations, so the funds that senators will use for tea in the office, for hiring of taxis to different destinations. The Speaker, the amount of debt that has been accumulated by the respective offices of senators are staggering. Since January, Mr. Speaker, that amount has not been received in our counties. And it's actually, it even puts us in a very awkward situation that we require other government offices to operate and deliver services, but we are unable to operationalize our own offices. The Speaker, this is a matter that the Treasury must begin to take a lot more seriously than they do. That disbursements to different votes for Parliament should not be an afterthought. It should be a priority issue. that monies that were due in January have not been released to date, and there is no sign that the money will be released tomorrow or the day after. The Speaker, the Treasury must take note, and I thank the PSC for that update. I thank you.
Senator Boni.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I have heard our good commissioner, and because I have, and the House, we have absolute confidence in them. I wanted to encourage them. Parliamentary Service Commission must realize that under Article 249 of the Constitution, 248 of the Constitution, you enjoy absolute independence. In fact, Mr. Speaker, if you allow, I would like to quote 249(2)(b), independent and not subject to direction or control by any person or authority, and that you are subject only to this Constitution and the law. Given this provision, given that the National Assembly has done the necessary appropriation, at what point does the Parliamentary Service Commission, and I'm not addressing Senator Mugeni, I'm addressing the Commission, do you lose your independence that the envisaged independence of the budget of Parliament ends up being subject to the direction of the executive? We would like you to briefly tell us that you are up to the job, and if there are challenges you are facing, then approach Parliament so that we can adversely engage the executive. If Parliament is going to fail because you are losing your independence, that is the beginning of failure of government, because if Parliament is unable to oversight the executive, you open up avenues for corruption and all that. We therefore would like to encourage you and tell you that we are behind you. This is not personal. It is about the Constitution of Kenya. The executive must be oversighted. And we are here equipped, ready and willing, energetic. We want to do it. The old era where people used to do what they liked when they are in an executive office should be brought to an end. Mr. Speaker, you have seen in this House, we've invited ministers to come and answer questions arising from their portfolio. Ministers, knowing that this new trend was actually pioneered by their nominating authority, the President of Kenya, they still tell us to go to hell. Members, colleagues, we must exercise the power of the purse of Parliament if you want the executive to perform. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Now, honorable senators, the contribution by the two honorable senators should sum it all. Before I ask the clerk to call the next order, I've got this communication to make. I'd like to acknowledge the presence in the public gallery this afternoon of visiting teachers and students from Kitengela Magereza Secondary School in Kajiado County. The delegation comprises 10 teachers and 90 students who are in the Senate for a one-day academic exposition. Honorable senators, in our usual tradition of receiving and welcoming visitors to Parliament, I extend a warm welcome to them. On behalf of the Senate and my own behalf, wish them a fruitful visit. I will ask Senator Peris Tobiko under 1 minute to extend a word of welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me the opportunity to welcome students from Kitengela Magereza Secondary School to the Senate. Mr. Speaker, I am delighted to see the students here at the Senate. I hope the visit motivates them, Mr. Speaker, to go and work hard, study, and be the future senators in this country and members of Parliament, and even the President and all other provisions, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it delights me particularly because this school, I built it when I was a member of Parliament from ground zero
to what it is today, Mr. Speaker. And it was voted one of the best secondary schools funded using CDF, one of the best 20 nationally, Mr. Speaker. And I will invite the Senate one time to visit the school and see what it looks like. Mr. Speaker, they are most welcome in the Senate. Thank you very much.
Next order, clerk.
Order number 8.
Honorable clerk, just have a seat before we start some war in Kajiado County. I will allow Senator Seki under 1 minute to extend.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I thought you would also forget to know that I am
proceed,
elected,
Senator. Of course, you're the senator for Kajiado.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Let me take this opportunity to also welcome, on behalf of the Senate, welcome the student from Kitengela Mixed Secondary School, together with the teachers. Yes, I'm the senator for Kajiado, Honorable Seki, and I really want to appreciate you coming, that you're here today to learn from the Senate. And I really want to thank Honorable Paris for being a pillar of our county, particularly Kajiado East, to establish this school in 2017. And we can see now the fruits for you being here. Thank you very much, and as you go back home, I think we will have learned quite a lot, and really thank God, and thank you, Honorable Speaker. Thank you very much.
Next order, clerk.
Order number 8, procedural motion, alteration of the hours of meeting for Wednesday 13th and Thursday 14th of March 2024.
The majority leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to move the following. I beg to move this motion on the alteration of the hours of meeting for Wednesday, the 13th, and Thursday, the 14th of March 2024. That notwithstanding the resolution of the Senate made on the 15th February 2024, pursuant to Standing Order number 32 of the approval of the Senate calendar, regular sessions for the third session 2024, and pursuant to Standing Order number 34 4B, the Senate resolves to alter its hours of meeting on Wednesday 13th March 2024 and Thursday 14th March 2024 as follows. 1. Morning sitting at 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. and 2. Afternoon sittings at 2:30 p.m. until the conclusion of business listed on the order paper of the day, in order to investigate the proposed removal from office by way of impeachment of the Honorable Dr. Robert Monda, the Deputy Governor of Kisii County. Mr. Speaker, sir, this is a procedural motion just for good order of the House to realign our timetable. You know that we have specific business provided in the standing order that we transact every Wednesday morning. That's a questions time with ministers and motions for members, and the normal ordinary business that we do in the afternoons. And on Thursdays as well, Mr. Speaker, you know that we normally don't have morning sittings, but because of the important exercise that is before us, we have to meet on Thursday morning as well. And in the afternoon on that Thursday, Mr. Speaker, when we reconvene after lunch at 2:30, we hope to sit until late into the night, as is a practice now established, Mr. Speaker, to listen to the impeachment hearing, impeachment motion, Mr. Speaker, after senators will have listened, of course, to the proceedings and eventually take a vote, Mr. Speaker, to decide the fate of the Honorable Deputy Governor of Kisii. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, it is important for us to pass this motion today so as to be able to transact tomorrow in a straightforward matter. This is a straightforward issue, Mr. Speaker, which I don't think I need to canvass beyond that. I beg to request the Leader of Minority, the Senator Retired Justice Stewart Matsayo, to second. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I second the motion.
Honorable Senators, kindly take your seats. Senator Thangwa. Now, Honorable Senators, I'll proceed to propose the question. That notwithstanding the resolution of the Senate made on the 15th of February 2024, pursuant to Standing Order 32 on the approval of the Senate calendar regular sessions for the third session 2024, and pursuant to Standing Order 34 4B, the Senate resolves to alter its hours of meeting on Wednesday 13th of March 2024 and Thursday 14th of March 2024 as follows. 1. Morning sittings at 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. and 2. Afternoon sittings at 2:30 p.m. until conclusion of business listed in the order paper of the day, in order to investigate the proposed removal from office by way of impeachment of the Honorable Dr. Robert Monda, the Deputy Governor of Kisii County. Now, Honorable Senators, this being a procedural motion, you may elect to debate this motion or allow me to move to put the question so that we vote. Very well. With your concurrence, Honorable Senators, I will proceed thus. Now, it is my determination that this matter does not, being a procedural motion, does not really concern or affect counties, and therefore, Honorable Senators, I'll proceed to put the question, and voting shall be by voice. That notwithstanding the resolution of the Senate made on the 15th of February 2024, pursuant to Standing Order 32 on the approval of the Senate calendar regular sessions for the third session 2024, and pursuant to Standing Order 34 4B, the Senate resolves to alter its hours of meeting on Wednesday 13th of March 2024 and Thursday 14th of March 2024 as follows. 1. Morning sittings at 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. and 2. Afternoon sittings at 2:30 p.m. until conclusion of business listed in the order paper of the day, in order to investigate the proposed removal from office by impeachment of the Honorable Dr. Robert Monda, the Deputy Governor of Kisii County. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Next order.
Order number 9, motion, report of the Standing Committee on Finance and Budget on the 2024 medium-term debt management strategy.
Honorable Senators, allow me to invoke Standing Order 45-2 for the convenience of the House to rearrange today's order paper. We will skip order number 9 and move straight away to order number 10. Very well. So, Clerk, kindly proceed to call order number 10.
Order number 10, Committee of the Whole, the Affordable Housing Bill, National Assembly Bills number 75 of 2023.
Honorable Senators, we are now on the Committee of the Whole to look at the Affordable Housing Bill, National Assembly Bills number 75 of 2023.
Clause 3.
I propose the question that Clause 3 be part of the bill. Amendment to be moved by Senator Okongo Mugeni.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, sir. I'm proposing an amendment to Clause 3 by proposing that we delete the words institutional housing appearing immediately after the words affordable housing in paragraph B. The justification is that if you look at the definition of institutional projects, housing projects, this relates to building houses for prisons, universities, and is not within the rights envisaged under Article 43 of the Constitution. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Senator, when you're moving the amendment, just state that you propose the amendment to be as it appears on the order paper.
I propose that the amendment be as proposed in the order paper.
Appears on the order paper.
As appears in the order paper.
And then, as since we are going to be moving very fast, there are so many amendments. That's how we'll be moving it, and your justification should be very short. Thank you, Senator. I propose the question that Clause 3 be amended as proposed. I put the question that Clause 3 be amended as proposed, division at the end.
Clause 4.
I propose the question that Clause 4 be part of the bill. Senator Mugeni.
Yes, Clause 4, Mr. Speaker, I propose that Clause 4 in the bill be amended by deleting Clause 2 and substituting therefore the following new subclause as appears in the order paper. That is the levy be paid at the rate of 1.5% of the net salary of an employer and 1.5% of the net salary of the employee, provided that the amount to be paid shall not exceed 2,500.
I propose the question that Clause 4 be amended as proposed. I put the question that Clause 4 be amended as proposed, division at the end.
Clause 5.
I propose the question that Clause 5 be part of the bill. Chairperson, Standing Committee, Roads, Transport and Housing.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I propose the amendment as it appears on the order paper. Justification: this amendment seeks to capture all legal persons and not just businesses or companies. This amendment will ensure equity in application of the exemption.
I propose the question that Clause 5 be amended as proposed. I put the question that Clause 5 be amended as proposed, division at the end.
Clause 6.
I propose the question that Clause 6 be part of the bill. Senator Mugeni.
Mr. Speaker, I propose that Clause 6 be amended as appears on the order paper. Justification, Mr. Speaker, is that we have the Cabinet to provide in the notice that the following persons are exempt from Section 4 to the extent specified in the notice, which is any person who has a subsisting mortgage that is not contemplated under this Act. B, any person residing in a rural area and in a position of certificate of title registered in their name. C, any person engaged in agricultural farming or business activities whose annual turnover is less than 288,000 per year. D, any person aged 55 years and over and is engaged in informal business activities. E, any person with less than 5 years remaining to statutory retirement at the time of enactment of this Act. And F, any person diagnosed with a terminal illness by a certified medical professional.
I propose the question that clause 6 be amended as proposed. I put the question that clause 6 be amended as proposed, division at the end.
Clause 7.
I propose the question that clause 7 be part of the bill. Chairperson, Standing Committee, Roads, Transport and Housing.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I propose the amendment to clause 7 as it appears on the order paper. Justification. The levy seeks to raise financing for the provision of the right to housing, and therefore delays should be discouraged. This provision seeks to ensure that delays are reduced.
I propose the question that clause 7 be part of the bill. I put the question that clause 7 be amended as proposed, division at the end.
Clause 8.
I propose the question that clause 8 be part of the bill. I put the question that clause 8 be part of the bill, division at the end.
Clause 9.
I propose the question that clause 9 be part of the bill. Chairperson, Standing Committee, Roads, Transport and Housing.
Mr. Chairman, I propose the amendment on clause 9 as it appears on the order paper. Justification. This amendment seeks to correct a cross-referencing error.
I propose the question that clause 9 be amended as proposed. I put the question that clause 9 be amended as proposed, division at the end.
Clause 10.
I propose the question that clause 10 be part of the bill. Senator Mugeni.
Mr. Speaker, I propose that clause 10 be amended as appears in the order paper. Mr. Speaker, the justification is to delete.
Senator, let me explain. We have two amendments for clause 10. One by Senator Mugeni and another by the Chairperson Standing Committee. And if Senator Mugeni's amendment is carried, Part B of the proposed amendment by the committee will be dropped. You can proceed, Senator Mugeni.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I propose that clause B be amended as appears in the order paper. The justification, Mr. Speaker, is to remove institutional housing projects from entities that will benefit from affordable housing. Thank you.
Chairperson, Standing Committee. Just one moment. Sir, one moment, Chair. I propose the question that clause 10 be amended as proposed. I put the question that clause 10 be amended as proposed, division at the end. Further amendment, clause 10. I propose the question that clause 10 be part of the bill. Chairperson, Standing Committee.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. I propose the amendments as they appear on the order paper. Justification, this amendment seeks to include the aspects of design and maintenance in the purpose of the fund, and also the amendment seeks to empower the board to provide post-development services to projects still under the management. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I propose the question that clause 10 be amended as proposed. I put the question that clause 10 be amended as proposed, division at the end.
Clause 11.
We also have two amendments for this, one by Senator Mugeni and one by the committee. The two amendments are not conflicting. Senator Mugeni, clause 11. I propose the question that clause 11 be part of the bill.
Mr. Speaker, I propose that clause 11 be amended as appears in the order paper. Mr. Speaker, the justification is to have all monies collected for affordable housing be given to county governments as conditional grant in accordance with the Public Finance Management Bill and in line with the provisions of the 6th schedule that demarcates functions between national government and county government, development functions being a preserve of county governments. And if boards were to undertake this function, it will be in conflict with clear and unequivocal provisions of the Constitution. Thank you.
I propose the question that clause 11 be amended as proposed. I put the question that clause 11 be amended as proposed. Division at the end. Chairperson, Standing Committee on Roads, Transport and Housing.
Thank you very much, Chair. I propose the amendment as they appear on the order paper. Justification, Mr. Speaker. These amendments seek to reduce payment that may be made to the Kenya Revenue Authority for the services provided from the current 2% to 0.5%. This is because the authority is already mandated to carry out the task of collection of payment due to government. And also, Mr. Chair, this amendment seeks to facilitate the county committees to carry out their functions. Remember, the first bill did not have the county boards. We introduced that in this section. And also, this amendment seeks to ensure that the 0.5% monies to county governments is allocated through the provision of a conditional grant under the additional allocation due to county government.
I propose the question that clause 11 be amended as proposed. I put the question that clause 11 be amended as proposed. Division at the end.
Clause 12.
I propose the question that clause 12 be part of the bill. Chairperson, Standing Committee, Roads.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I propose the amendment as they appear on the order paper. Justification. This amendment seeks to ensure that the investment plan is tabled before both houses of parliament. This will ensure that the Senate, as the protector of counties and their governments, is appraised of 5-year affordable housing investment program.
I propose the question that clause 12 be amended as proposed. I put the question that clause 12 be amended as proposed. Division at the end.
Clause 13.
Clause 13, we have two amendments, one by Senator Mugeni and one by the committee. If Senator Mugeni's amendment is carried, the committee's amendment will be dropped. So I propose the question that clause 13 be part of the bill. Senator Mugeni.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I propose that clause 13 be amended as appears in the order paper. The justification, Mr. Speaker, is that the proposed bill creates a board that should be in charge of dealing with investment programs on all housing projects in counties. And this will be in conflict with the 6th schedule, Part 2, Section 8 of the Constitution that reserves housing and development as a function of counties. The amendment proposes, therefore, that this function be undertaken by each county, which shall submit annual investment programs to the Senate and not to the National Assembly. Further, it's proposed that each county will submit their annual investment programs to the Senate. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
I propose the question that clause 13 be amended as proposed. I put the question that clause 13 be amended as proposed. Division at the end. Further amendments. Chairperson, Standing Committee, Roads, Transport and Housing.
Mr. Speaker, I propose the amendment as they appear on the order paper. Justification. This amendment seeks to ensure that the annual investment program is tabled before both houses of parliament. This will ensure that the Senate, as the protector of counties and their governments, is appraised of the annual investment program.
I propose the question that clause 13 be amended as proposed. I put the question that clause 13 be amended as proposed. Division at the end.
Clause 14.
I propose the question that clause 14 be part of the bill. We have two amendments on this, one by Senator Mugeni and one by the committee, and the amendments are not in conflict. I propose the question that clause 14 be part of the bill. Chairperson, Standing Committee on Roads, Transport and Housing.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. This is just the correction of grammar I propose the amendments as they appear on the order paper, and justification is that this amendment seeks to introduce gender-neutral language.
I propose the question that clause 14 be amended as proposed. I put the question that clause 14 be amended as proposed, division at the end. Further amendments, Senator Mugeni.
Mr. Speaker, I propose that clause 14 be amended as appears in the order paper. The justification, Mr. Speaker, is to remove the CS from having the sole discretion of appointing 3 members to the proposed board, and instead substituted with appointees of 3 professional bodies, that is 1 Law Society of Kenya, the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Kenya, and the Board of Registered Architects and Quantity Affairs to enhance transparency.
I propose the question that clause 14 be amended as proposed. I put the question that clause 14 be amended as proposed, division at the end.
Clause 15.
We have 2 amendments for clause 15, one by the committee and one by Senator Mugeni. The amendments are not conflicting. I propose the question that clause 15 be part of the bill. Senator Mugeni.
Mr. Speaker, I propose that clause 15 be amended as appears in the order paper. Mr. Speaker, the justification is to remove institutional housing as one of the beneficiaries of affordable housing, as that is not an envisaged right under Article 43 of the Constitution. Thank you.
I propose the question that clause 15 be amended as proposed. I put the question that clause 15 be amended as proposed, division at the end. Further amendments, Chairperson, Standing Committee, Roads, Transport and Housing.
Mr. Speaker, I beg to move the amendments as they appear on the order paper. Justification: this amendment seeks to empower the board to inspect developments funded by the fund and enforce compliance with the Act.
I propose the question that clause 15 be amended as proposed. I put the question that clause 15 be amended as proposed, division at the end.
Clause 16.
I propose the question that clause 16 be part of the bill. Chairperson, Standing Committee.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I wish to move the amendment as they appear on the order paper. Justification: this amendment seeks to provide for the years of experience for the chairperson. In addition, the amendment recognizes that the chairperson is in charge of policy and will be assisted by the chief executive officer, who will provide technical guidance.
I propose the question that clause 16 be amended as proposed. I put the question that clause 16 be amended as proposed, division at the end.
Clause 17.
I propose the question that clause 17 be part of the bill. Chairperson.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I wish to move the amendment as they appear on the order paper. Justification: this amendment seeks to remove reference to Chief Executive Officer in provisions that relate to the tenure of office of the board. It also seeks to introduce gender-neutral language, and also the amendment seeks to remove reference to Chief Executive Officer in the provisions of the tenure of the office of the board.
I propose the question that clause 17 be amended as proposed. I put the question that clause 17 be amended as proposed, division at the end.
Clause 18.
I propose the question that clause 18 be part of the bill. Chairperson.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move the amendment as they appear on the order paper. And justification: this amendment seeks to remove reference to the Chief Executive Officer in provisions that relate to the filling of a vacancy that arises in the board.
I propose the question that clause 18 be part of the be amended as proposed. I put the question that clause 18 be amended as proposed, division at the end.
Clause 19.
I propose the question that clause 19 be part of the bill. Chairperson.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I wish to move the amendment as they appear on the order paper. Justification: this amendment seeks to clarify which amongst the 3 schedules the section is referring to.
I propose the question that clause 19 be amended as proposed. I put the question that clause 19 be amended as proposed, division at the end.
Clauses 20, 21, and 22.
I propose the question that clauses 20, 21, and 22 be part of the bill. I put the question that clauses 20, 21, 22 be part of the bill, division at the end.
Clause 23.
I propose the question that clause 23 be part of the bill. Chairperson, Standing Committee.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I wish to move the amendment as they appear on the order paper. Justification. The amendment seeks to align the bill to the leadership and integrity provisions under the Constitution, and also it seeks to introduce the tenure of office for the Chief Executive Officer that is in line with the Muongozo Code of Governance.
I propose the question that clause 23 be amended as proposed. I put the question that clause 23 be amended as proposed, division at the end.
Clauses 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and clause 31.
I propose the question that clauses 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and 31 be part of the bill. I put the question that clauses 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and 31 be part of the bill. Division at the end.
Clause 32.
I propose the question that clause 32 be part of the bill. Senator Abbas Mohammed Sheikh.
Okay. Thank you, Honorable Chair. I propose that the bill is amended by deleting clause 32 and substituting, therefore, the following new sections. The provision of land act shall, subject to subsection 2, apply to allocation of public land for the implementation of the affordable housing scheme and development of institutional housings. 2, land held by county government shall not be allocated unless the board has, in the prescribed manner, carried out public participation and stakeholder engagement with the affected community within the county. There was the one we did do away with A.
Senator Abbas, please read it again for the convenience of other senators to follow.
Chairman, I'm saying that the bill be amended, deleting clause 32 and substituting, therefore, the following new section. 32A1, the provision of the Land Act shall, subject to subsection 2, apply to the allocation of public land for the implementation of the affordable housing scheme and development of institutional housing scheme. 2, land held by county government shall not be allocated unless the board has, in the prescribed manner. We have done away with A in consultation with the committee. So now A is going to be carried out public participation and stakeholder engagement with the affected community within the county.
I propose the question that clause 32 be amended as moved. I put the question. Deputy Speaker, go ahead, make your contribution. Go ahead, Senator.
Yes, Mr. Speaker. Sir, I'd moved an amendment that was doing away with the institutional housing. But the amendment by Senator Abbas, it's like he's moving his amendment retaining institutional housing, which I had proposed to delete. So I want your directions.
Senator Abbas, would you want to drop institutional housing scheme from in your amendment 32.1?
Honorable Chair, I will not drop it.
I propose the question that clause 32 be amended as proposed by Senator Abbas. I put the question that clause 32 be amended as proposed by Senator Abbas, division at the end.
Clause 33.
I propose the question that clause 33 be part of the bill. Chairperson, Standing Committee.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I wish to propose the amendment as they appear on the order paper. Justification: this amendment seeks to clarify that it is the board that is empowered to enter into contracts on behalf of the fund.
I propose the question that clause 33 be amended as proposed. I put the question that clause 33 be amended as proposed, division at the end.
Clause 34.
I propose the question that clause 34 be part of the bill. Amendment by Senator Mogeni. Oh, sorry, there are two amendments. The committee will have to drop amendments if Senator Mogeni's amendment goes through. Senator Mogeni.
Mr. Speaker, I propose that clause 34 be amended as appears in the order paper. The justification is to remove institutional development as beneficiaries of affordable housing bill. Thank you.
I propose the question that clause 34 be deleted. I put the question that clause 34 be deleted, division at the end. Further amendments by Chairperson Committee.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I wish to propose the amendment as they appear on the order paper. And justification is that this amendment seeks to clarify that it is the board that is empowered to enter into contracts on behalf of the fund.
I propose the question that clause 34 be amended as proposed. I put the question that clause 34 be amended as proposed, division at the end.
Clause 35.
I propose the question that clause 35 be part of the bill. We have two amendments. The committee will have to drop the amendments if Senator Abbas's amendment goes through. Therefore, I propose the question that clause 35 be part of the bill. Senator Mohammed Sheikh Abbas.
Honorable Chair, I propose that the bill be amended by deleting clause 35 and substituting therefore the following new clauses. 1. The board may enter into an agreement with the private institutions, A, to develop and construct affordable housing units and associated social and physical infrastructures, B, for the supply of goods and materials in connection with the construction of the affordable housing. 2, the board shall, before entering into the agreement under the subsection 1, publish at least 2 newspapers of nationwide circulations and electronic media, a notice of intentions to enter into agreement and invitation to tenders from the public in the prescribed form. 3, the Cabinet Secretary may, in consultation with the board, prescribe guidelines for the publication of a notice under subsection 2, an invitation to tender. Honorable Speaker, I am as Chair. The amendment of 35 is a vital measure to ensure transparency, fairness, and public participation.
I propose the question that clause 35 be amended as proposed. I put the question that clause 35 be amended as proposed, division at the end. Further amendments, Chairperson, Standing Committee.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I wish to propose the amendment as they appear on the order paper. Justification, this amendment seeks to clarify that it is the board that is empowered to enter into contracts on behalf of the fund.
I propose the question that clause 35 be amended as proposed. I put the question that clause 35 be amended as proposed, division at the end.
Clause 36.
I propose the question that clause 36 be part of the bill. Chairperson, Standing Committee.
I wish to propose the amendment as they appear on the order paper. Mr. Speaker, justification, just the same as the previous one.
I propose the question that clause 36 be amended as proposed. I put the question that clause 36 be amended as proposed, division at the end.
Clause 37.
I propose the question that clause 37 be part of the bill. I put the question that clause 37 be part of the bill, division at the end.
Clause 38.
I propose the question that clause 38 be part of the bill. Chairperson, Standing Committee.
Thank you very much, Mr.
And
Speaker.
we have two amendments for this. Another one by Senator Abbas. Senator Abbas proposed amendment to be dropped if the committee's amendments go through.
Mr. Speaker, if you give me just a minute to consult with Senator Abbas.
Yeah, it's okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Maybe Senator Abbas could go first before I move my amendment.
Go ahead, Senator Abbas.
Honorable Chair, I think having compared the notes that we found that these things are the same for the Chair and me, therefore I drop mine.
Senator Abbas, say you withdraw yours.
I will withdraw mine.
Very well. Chairperson, move, please.
Thank you very much. We consulted very fast on that one. Mr. Speaker, I wish to propose the amendment as they appear on the order paper. And justification, this amendment seeks to clarify that a person refers to a natural person and that the said person may only access one unit. This will ensure that the objectives of the bill to ensure that Kenyans have access to affordable housing is achieved.
I propose the question that clause 38 be amended as proposed. I put the question that clause 38 be amended as proposed, division at the end.
Clause 39.
We have two amendments for clause 39 and they are not conflicting. I propose the question that clause 39 be part of the bill. Chairperson, Standing Committee.